Really? Ooh.
Whoa!
Cartwheeling.
Nice cartwheel. That is a wow factor right there for sure for Chad Tingler.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Jake Plays here. Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we're gonna be talking about, I don't normally do this, but today this video is we're gonna be talking about Monster Jam. We're gonna go and get right into it. So these are mainly just my opinions on Monster Jam. Like a few things on Monster Jam. I'm not gonna say everything that I think about Monster Jam, because I just really want to talk about some things that have bothered me. Let's go and get right into it. So let's talk about the tracks first. So Stadium East tracks have been pretty good this year. I definitely like Stadium East tracks a lot better. They, to me, are better than the Stadium Series West tracks. Now, another thing that I've noticed is that Stadium Series East seems to be a lot less strict. But West seems to be way more strict on their stuff. Like if someone goes for a backflip and then hits the container beside it, then they are automatically just done. But if someone on East, I've seen people on East do it before and they've let them refire and go. Now, I think it's a point deduction if you do hit it, but at least Stadium East still lets them go and lets them run with it. Now, that's my opinion on that, at least. Now, the next thing that I want to talk about is Miami, Florida Show 2. Now, this show, I'm only going to talk about one specific competitor in this, because I'm sure there's a lot more that I could bring out. But Joe Foley. So Joe Foley and Skills, he would try to do a move, then he didn't quite get it. Now, personally, I feel like he should have gotten a redo on this, but he unfortunately did not. And they shut him off, and it was done. Now, this is speculation. I'm not sure if this is true, but Joe Foley did some kind of hand movements. I think he was asking if the truck was broken, maybe. But it does look like at the end that he may have given the officials the middle finger. Not sure if that is true or not. It could not be true. But if it is true, then from what I've heard, he got fined for doing that, unfortunately. But I mean, I would be kind of mad too, to be honest, because I haven't really, to be honest, they should just remove Skills, in my opinion, at this point, or replace it with Best Trick, like, because just having one Skills move is just kind of stupid, I'm gonna be honest. Like, if you're gonna do that, just remove Skills. Now, in Freestyle of Miami, Florida Show 2, Joe Foley would come out into the track, and he had a pretty good run. He saved it, and they still let him run. Now, unfortunately, for some stupid reason, he would decide to go for the backflip ramp, and for some stupid reason, when he tried to go for the backflip ramp, they would shut him off. I'll play the clip on the screen. You can see that he was shut off before he hit the backflip ramp. The red light, the RI light is flashing. Now, Joe Foley didn't have anything broken on his truck, so I don't know why they shut him off, because there was nothing broken, and he literally, was fine. As far as I know, the truck was completely fine, so I'm not sure why they shut him off. And then, once he seen his score and was out of the truck, he was a little bit upset, which I would be too, especially if I got shut off by officials for no reason. Apparently, they seen a reason in their eyes. But yeah, he was obviously very mad, and he hit the nose of El Toro Loco, which yeah, I would be mad too. And then now, just the other day, recently, Blake Granger has more than likely been fired. Now, this has been speculation, but I believe it's true because I think Blake Granger himself even confirmed that he is not in MJ no more. If you don't know what Blake Granger did, I'll put it up on the screen. Here's the clip. So, Blake Granger, he rolled it out of the arena. He rolled it into the tunnel. Now, some people say that, oh, well, Feld's being too harsh on him, and I'm one of those people. I agree. Now, you got other people saying that, well, this is completely Blake's fault. If he wouldn't have hit the gas, he wouldn't have been in the tunnel. And other people say, oh, well, there could have been people in the tunnel. And now, while there has been known to be people in the tunnel in the past, from what it looks like, it doesn't look like there was any people in the tunnel. There was no deaths, no injuries. And Blake barely clipped the arena. These people are acting like he brought down the entire arena with him. He did not. His tire barely clipped the wall. And I'll be honest, this is a safety issue because I don't see if Feld fired him because, you know, there's people in the tunnel. There shouldn't even be people in the tunnel at an event. Don't have people sitting in the tunnel. I get they want to watch, but don't have people in the tunnel, especially officials or anything. Don't have them in the tunnel watching. It's a simple fix. Just don't have them. I don't think Blake Granger intentionally meant to roll it into the tunnel. Now, I mean, guys, I'll be honest. This truck was going in towards the tunnel. Either way, you can't convince me otherwise. I get Blake Granger hit the gas at the last minute, but even if we would have hit the brakes, he still would have been heading for the tunnel. It doesn't matter. It was an accident. It was going to happen either way. Not even Dennis or Tom would have been able to stop that, I'm sure. Now, let's just talk about a few years ago. There was a guy named Joe Dennis. Now, he was filling in for Monster Mud Dalmatian, and he was driving it. Now, Joe Dennis in racing would proceed to race against, I believe, El Toro Loco. Now, during this race, as Joe Dennis would come around the last turn, he would clip the arena pod, and he would roll into the rear, into the stands. Now, you want to talk about real damage? That was real damage. Not to mention, there was people sitting close to it. I love Joe Dennis, and I respect him as a driver. But Feld, that was real damage. Blake did not have any damage to the arena whatsoever. Joe Dennis, he caused actual damage to the venue. Now, I don't know, like, you would think that he would get fired, right? Because since they fired Blake.
It's not good. That might be a you're fired. I don't know. That's really the first thing I've ever seen him do.
Well, no, they decided to just suspend him, and Blake, while Blake is over here, he gets suspended, and, yeah, like, I don't get it. Like, suspend him for this season, the rest of the season. Don't let him cut in the World Finals. Suspend him for half of the next season for all I care. Just don't freaking fire him. Like, firing him is so just... it is so stupid, dude. If guys... Alright, it's ridiculous. Like, I don't know. I just don't see how... It was an accident, and that's all it was. I feel like, you know... I don't know. Monster Jam could easily... If they wanted to, in my personal opinion, I feel like Monster Jam should just put new drivers in arenas and give us some stadium series with all of the good drivers. Personally, that would solve some of the issues that they have. But yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna miss Blake. I hate that they decided to fire him, but I don't know. They Feld Entertainment is a $1 million company. They have lots of money. They can handle lawsuits. It's not like they can't handle that. They've gotten plenty in the past. I don't know. It's just kind of ridiculous to me. And the fact that people say that it's Blake's fault is kind of... It is, but it's also not. It was an accident, and it kind of hurts me to see people blame Blake for that. But yeah, that's my personal opinion on this whole situation. Hopefully this gets out there, because I feel like more people should know about this. And other than that, I'm going to end it off here. Thank y'all for watching. I'm Jake, and I'll see you next time.